not feel confident in his ability. I think it's bullshit. You got a team that's 1-4. They got smacked yesterday. They've been looking terrible all year. You got a 40-year-old quarterback, plenty of other things that actually have something to do with why the Browns are so bad. Yeah, you decide to direct that energy to the third string quarterback, but simply because he's confident in his ability. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? And then to have the tone as if he's seeking out these microphones and platforms to go out and talk. He's answering a question that he was asked. Y'all can't, or Rex or whoever that feels like that, cannot name another third string quarterback in the NFL that gets a microphone put in their face and it gets put all over the internet.
I'm sure if the secretary is going to gather all the generals, some of them from active war zones, then he must have something very important he wants to tell them.
It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
ESPN just crossed a line and the fallout is exploding everywhere. Rex Ryan jumped on camera, threw out some wild claims about Shedeur Sanders, and now the whole internet is cooking him like it's Sunday tailgate season. He really thought he was dropping expert knowledge, but the whole thing flipped on him so fast it looks like ESPN might start handing out apology slips instead of hot takes.
Ryan, what are you talking about? What are you? He's sitting on the sidelines, not causing no problem, no drama. People on the team like him. What is he doing? He's literally sitting on the sideline, just soaking it in. I don't understand. What are you talking about? I don't understand what this kid has done to get all this weird.
Did he seriously think he could drag Shedeur and walk away clean from that? Now he's catching every bit of the backlash, and this whole situation is turning into a drama bigger than a football soap opera, with helmets flying in slow motion. Rex Ryan walks straight into a locker room full of angry bees, and every sting is landing loud. He went on ESPN, opened his mouth, and basically created a whole imaginary world where Shedeur Sanders isn't studying, isn't focused, and somehow thinks the NFL should orbit around him. It's wild. Now ESPN is scrambling behind the scenes because this isn't just a clip gone viral. It's a full-blown media storm blowing the doors off. Rex thought he was delivering top-tier football wisdom, but really he threw himself face first into chaos, and you can almost hear the crash from across the league. So let's break this down. Shedeur Sanders, rookie quarterback, third string for the Cleveland Browns, doing exactly what rookies do. He's learning the system, staying patient, studying film, and waiting for his moment like every young QB trying to make his mark. And then here comes Rex Ryan, former head coach, sitting on TV like he's some kind of football fortune teller, claiming he's got insider info. Insider info about a player he hasn't been around in nearly a decade, in a locker room he hasn't walked through since 2012.
Bro, I am so tired of y'all coming after Shedeur. Rex Ryan had to go on today and talk crap about Shedeur Sanders. Bro didn't even play. I mean, let's make this abundantly clear. You guys hate Shedeur Sanders. It's clear. Rex Ryan, something's starting to show a little bit. I don't like to say it. I don't like to call people out on it, but it's starting to show a little bit.
But suddenly he knows everything about Shedeur's work ethic? It doesn't add up at all. And the wildest part? He flat out suggests Shedeur isn't grinding hard enough. Says he's not in the front row. Says he's sitting with his arms crossed like he invented football or something. The whole thing sounds more like a made-up story than any real report. Take a breath and look at how absurd this is. Shedeur hasn't even started an NFL game yet, but he's catching more heat than veteran quarterbacks who are actually out there struggling on national TV every week. You've got starters fumbling snaps, throwing interceptions, losing games, and nobody is questioning their dedication. But Shedeur? Oh, suddenly he's the problem? Because someone claims he didn't sit in the sacred front row during a meeting? One day his notepad didn't have a glow around it and Rex acts like it's a federal incident, and then it gets even more interesting. Tony Rizzo, one of Cleveland's real insiders, someone with actual credibility, heard the clip and immediately started raising eyebrows. Because Rex didn't just conjure this stuff out of nowhere. Someone is feeding him lines, whispering sources, sliding him little pieces of gossip like he's some kind of undercover agent in shoulder pads. But here's the twist. Not a single person from inside the Browns locker room has backed up a word of it.
Perfect. It's perfect because there is now just enough almost credibility for folks that want to be like, no matter what the kid does, you guys kill him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He comes out and says, what do you want him to say? Of course, he didn't say anything bad about his teammate. He just said, I'm better than, some of these other guys, and you killed him. Here is my guess on what happened. Somebody in Shedeur's circle was like, hey, you know what you should do next time they ask you anything? Don't say anything.
Kevin Stefanski hasn't said anything. The staff hasn't confirmed anything. The players haven't hinted at anything. Meanwhile, Shedeur stepped into an NFL game against the Panthers with 0 first-team reps and delivered darts all over the field, showing calm, control, and NFL processing like someone who absolutely does the work. According to Rex Ryan, all of that was just rookie luck, like a kid holding a playbook in one hand and real talent in the other is somehow showing disrespect to the entire NFL. It sounds unreal, but Rex delivered it with a straight face like he uncovered a secret crime. Meanwhile, social media erupted instantly. Fans, analysts, former players, everyone dragging Rex like he was campaigning for the most out-of-touch analyst trophy of the season. ESPN slid into quiet damage control mode behind the scenes, because once a clip goes viral and makes a network look confused, suddenly HR becomes the most important office in the building. Rex is probably already hearing that subtle, please don't make things worse speech from people above him, while the public is just grabbing popcorn and waiting for the next episode. One week it's, the playbook is too hard. The next week it's, he didn't sit right. It's like someone built a whole media obstacle course just to wear down a rookie quarterback's mentality. Meanwhile, other rookies, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Dylan Gabriel, are doing similar things. Maybe they're sitting in the second row, maybe the front row, maybe focusing alone in the corner. And nobody cares at all. Nobody is typing up dramatic pieces questioning their dedication or their habits. Why? Because none of them have the last name Sanders. They don't walk with the weight of a legendary father's legacy. They aren't bringing a massive spotlight to the building.
Truth be told, I think he is right. I think there are some situations where he could work and he could do good. But he's with the Cleveland Browns. It's kind of how things work with the Cleveland Browns, is things have to be harder than what they should be. Flacco ain't cutting it right now. They lose to the Lions 34-10. They don't look good. And on Get Up, they opened up with the conversation about should they bench Joe Flacco. Here's what Rex Ryan had to say.
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right. But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever. Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like he's...
And they definitely aren't shaking up the old school way some NFL storytellers like to paint young quarterbacks. That's the real reason Shedeur Sanders is under attack. It's not about him being unprepared or lazy or not focused. It's because he exists loudly, confidently, and that confidence makes some people uncomfortable. So Rex Ryan, with the presence of a former head coach turned national commentator, decides to escalate the situation even more. He paints this dramatic picture of Shedeur sitting with his arms crossed, ignoring the so-called sacred traditions of rookie meetings. He hints that something is missing. He drops suggestions of insider info he clearly doesn't have, and he speaks with the confidence of someone who thinks screen time equals truth. But the actual truth? Shedeur's performance in games tells a completely different story. He played like someone who prepared, someone who studied, someone who took everything seriously. And that's what frustrates people like Rex. They want drama more than accuracy. They want a narrative that fits the stereotype of the uninterested rookie who thinks he's bigger than the league. They want a storyline that makes them look like the voice of reason. But Shedeur isn't giving them that. He's not here to support a manufactured controversy. He's here to play football. And let's talk about this front row nonsense for a second because it's wild. Sitting in the first chair is now the official test for NFL professionalism.
Rex Ryan really doesn't like Shedeur Sanders. And it appears that that is the topic of discussion, is third-string quarterback on the Cleveland Browns. Fascinating. I mean, it made sense why Get Up was talking about it on ESPN Monday morning, but it really didn't make sense for Rex Ryan to go off once again as he decided to lose his mind on Shedeur Sanders and tell some lies that he got busted telling.
Forget reading defenses under pressure. Forget dropping NFL-level throws into tight windows. If you don't sit in the correct chair, suddenly you're the problem. It's unbelievable. And look at the timing. These negative stories always drop when the Browns are struggling. It feels like someone wants to poison the momentum before Shedeur can even build it. It's strategic, calculated, and extremely petty. Here's the bigger picture. Shedeur Sanders isn't just another rookie quarterback. He represents change. He's confident, talented, unapologetically himself, and he connects with a massive audience online. He's not playing the traditional rookie role of staying quiet, staying invisible, and blending into the background. Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre.
Ridiculous takes he had. But I thought it was fascinating that Shedeur Sanders became the topic of discussion in a situation where, honestly, he probably shouldn't be talked about right now. I know the sound bites going around that Shedeur talked about seeing some of the quarterback play in the NFL, and he thinks he could be a starting quarterback. Truth be told, I think he is right. I think there are some situations where he could work and he could do good, but he's with the Cleveland Browns. It's kind of how things work with the Cleveland Browns, is things have to be harder than what they should.
Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers. That's how quarterback growth works, but Shedeur is getting a level of public pressure and commentary that most of those guys never even touched. And believe it or not, it is working, at least on the casual viewer. People who only catch headlines don't see the real grind. They don't see the kid preparing quietly, studying late, showing up early, and performing clean every time he touches the field. They just see the storyline laid out for them, not the work being done behind the scenes. The media attacks keep coming non-stop. Every week it's a new concern, a new rumor, a new dramatic angle stretched thin enough to see straight through. Never any real substance, always vague, always convenient, just enough to keep a negative narrative running on a loop. And when one storyline finally collapses,
ex-NFL coach Rex Ryan owed Shedeur Sanders an apology. He lied on Shedeur Sanders about he need to be sitting in the front row trying to learn the playbook. It's an embarrassment. He should be trying to get himself together to be.
They switch gears and start a fresh one like it's a weekly franchise. It's exhausting, it's transparent, and fans aren't confused by it anymore. Go look at the comments under Rex Ryan's clip. People are calling him out hard. Viewers are asking why he's making claims he can't back up. Even Cleveland fans, who are normally tough critics of anyone wearing brown and orange, are defending Shedeur Sanders. And that's exactly what makes this whole situation weirdly entertaining to watch unfold. Because when Shedeur finally gets his shot, and he will, this clip is going to age like milk left out in August. It's going to get replayed over and over as a perfect example of how wrong some TV analysts can be when they chase a storyline instead of the truth. And trust this is bigger than football, bigger than rivalries, bigger than ESPN segments. This is about integrity and accountability. You can't throw accusations around on national television with no evidence and expect nobody to say anything.
After the latest Rex Ryan comments towards Shedeur Sanders, I'm starting to come around to that train of thought, because there's no other explanation that somebody such as Rex Ryan can have the things that he says about Shedeur Sanders unless he has some type of beef with his father, Dion. Now, I wanted to go see if their paths crossed at any point in the NFL.
Especially when you're on a platform as massive as ESPN, Rex Ryan stepped over the line, and ESPN has a responsibility to address what was said. But here's the twist. The cycle keeps rolling. There will always be another young quarterback walking into the league, and these same manufactured narratives will get recycled. The same double standards, the same exaggerated criticisms, the same unfair expectations will appear again and again unless fans start calling them out loud and clear. And that's exactly why Shedeur Sanders' story hits so hard. He's been dealing with criticism since he was young. Being Dion's son means he's been in the spotlight practically his entire life. He's had pressure, expectations, and people rooting against him way before college, way before the NFL. And every step of the way, he's answered the noise with results. High school, he showed out. Jackson State, he dominated. Colorado, he carried the offense and kept fighting every week. And now the NFL, he's proving he belongs, even as a rookie waiting his turn. And what does Shedeur do in the middle of all this outside chaos? He keeps showing up. He keeps working. He keeps letting his talent talk louder than anything anybody says. That's why his moment is coming. And when it does, a lot of people are going to have to rethink what they claimed on camera. And honestly, Rex Ryan should feel embarrassed when that moment arrives, because he should have known better. Meanwhile, fans are watching everything, commenting, reacting, calling things out. So the real question becomes,
Stefanski, the head coach, the coach,
Rex Ryan sat there and said is a good head coach. I'm tired of the lie. I'm tired of lack of playoff wins being called, oh, well, you got to understand, Deshaun Watson is terrible at playing quarterback. Then he don't got it. He's just been burdened by bad quarterback play. Who told you to start the 40-year-old? Who told you to trade away Kenny Pickett? Who told you to say Dylan Gabriel is the most advanced quarterback we've ever seen? We're going to reach on him in the 3rd round and not play him. But Rex Ryan, you think we're stupid.
Are you riding with Shedeur? Or are you buying into Rex Ryan's narrative with no proof behind it? Because let's be honest, someone else will be the next target of these dramatic, ready-made controversies. That's how the cycle works. So drop your thoughts, because this whole story is still building, and the voice of the fans matters right now more than ever. And here's the part people don't always want to talk about. This isn't just about Shedeur Sanders. This is about how the system reacts to confident, talented young black quarterbacks who step into the league without fear. Quarterbacks who don't hide their personality, who aren't afraid to be themselves, who don't shrink to fit old-school expectations. This is about calling out false narratives when they pop up. It's about demanding honesty from the people who shape the public perception of young players. And it's about supporting the guys who actually put in the work on the field instead of believing everything said in a studio. And the truth is, Shedeur doesn't even need anyone to defend him. His results will handle that. His preparation will handle that. His play will handle that. But until his chance comes, we watch the circus. We analyze the takes, and we make sure the world sees who tried to tear him down and who actually spoke facts. Rex Ryan crossed the line, and yes, ESPN should address it. The media needs a reality check. And Shedeur, he just keeps working, keeps improving, keeps getting ready for the moment when all the noise finally fades away. And when it does, it's going to be something special. And that's the story.
Rex Ryan acted up yesterday. He wanted to show out. He wanted to put his big boy pants on. Oh, but we got receipts. Talking that trash, said it too loud, wanted to be the man again. As we know, Rex Ryan all on ESPN yesterday, poking his chest out, acting like he had some inside information, talking about Shedeur Sanders, called him an embarrassment, called him some names, said he should step up, he should be embarrassed.
A rookie quarterback getting hit with wild accusations, standing strong through every shot thrown at him. A former coach tossing claims with no proof and getting blasted for it. A network quietly trying to clean up the mess while the whole world watches for the real truth to surface. The journey of Shedeur Sanders is only getting started, and watching it unfold is about to be something special. Here's the part that really blows my mind. The way the media acts like Shedeur Sanders is some kind of mastermind villain just for existing is straight up theatrical. You can almost picture a team of writers sitting in a dark room plotting out, how do we make a third-string quarterback sound like a crisis? It feels like a scripted drama more than football coverage. And Rex Ryan? He jumps right into the plot like an actor who refuses to leave the stage, playing his role louder than anyone asked for. It's like he's chasing relevance more than truth, and he's doing it with confidence that has everyone confused. And don't forget the ESPN angle. Behind closed doors, they're probably stressed out trying to figure out how to handle the chaos. This isn't just a viral clip, it's a full PR storm. Executives pacing, interns whispering, please don't let this get worse. And everyone hoping the spotlight cools off. Meanwhile, Rex is probably relaxing with a cup of coffee thinking he dropped knowledge when he really just started a mess. Every shaky narrative, every insider source that doesn't exist, every stretch of an accusation just bounces right off him because he's not the one dealing with the fallout. He's not the one grinding every day on the field. He's not the one being judged for things that never happened. Shedeur is. Now let's talk about the double standards because this part is unbelievable. Other rookies sit in the second row. Nobody notices.
I seen that clip of Rex Ryan on Get Up talking about Shedeur Sanders, and I'm not going to lie. I thought it was some bullshit. Like pure bullshit. It came off as an opportunistic move to have a moment. Because what about anything Shedeur has said warrants that type of reaction on national television as a third-string quarterback? Even going as far to say, get your ass to the front and study or whatever the hell, because he said confidently that he feels like he should be starting or confidently that he feels like he can play better than a quarterback play that's been around the league. What's the issue?
Other quarterbacks break the same quiet social rules. Nobody writes a single article. But when Shedeur Sanders does something normal, suddenly it becomes a headline. Suddenly it's concerning. Suddenly it's a red flag. Suddenly he's supposed to be perfect every second of every day like he's on trial. It's like asking a puppy to pay rent and handle taxes. It makes no sense at all. And the sad part? Some people actually buy these stories. They hear one dramatic segment and start nodding like it's fact. Meanwhile, Shedeur is somewhere quietly preparing to drop another clean touchdown pass the next time he gets the chance. One that will make every critic look like they're playing on beginner mode while he's operating like a pro. And here's where the story turns poetic. When Shedeur finally gets his moment, when he steps on the field as the starting quarterback, every critic, every insider, every voice that questioned his work ethic is going to have to face their own words. They're going to watch him operate with calm, patience, and skill that speaks louder than anything ever said in a studio. Fans get to sit back and enjoy all of it. We get to watch the collapse of the false narratives. We get to watch a young quarterback rise right through the noise. We get to see history developing in front of us as Shedeur Sanders refuses to be thrown off track by anybody. And when his moment finally arrives, and it will, it's going to be a sight worth remembering. If you're rocking with Shedeur and you're tired of these made-up narratives, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe so more fans hear the real story.